ready. In 3, 2, 1. That was kind of deep in a different way than last week. I'm deeper. I think I'm deeper right now. What's up, Junietta?
Paul.
Come on.
I'm deep in Junietta.
Everybody living it up.
What's up, y'all? Love y'all. If I got my headphones on, I'm hearing some groovy music and bees in front of me.
You used to call me B-roll.
We must be all the way fucking back.
Every day, one night thing. It's a physical. I'ma love you tonight, gang. Love calling your name. Go jump on in the range and roll over. I just really wanted to hold
I think my oldest sister's like AOL AIM screen name was Ashanti.
Yeah,
I think that was Chrissy's Instagram name, or AIM name, Ashanti baby.
But not the real one.
And they say I'm lucky. You think I got time to blow all this dough and do all these shows? On flight in the llama charging white robes. Another episode. To everybody that be giving it up, we say what?
I do.
And all my ladies that be giving it up, what? You do. To everybody that be living it up, we say
What
do I do?
These fucking chords, dude. I need to like rubber band them together.
You think at this far in the game, you'd have like everything. You'd have like a set, like need this before we hit record, and somehow like every week you're just always grabbing one extra thing right at the buzzer. I brought that over because I knew you forgot it.
Well, I wasn't getting much to do.
But you had 3 beers, not consumed at one time.
Well, I mean, what's 3 beers?
Ain't nothing but a fifth of a 15er.
I woke up this morning and listen. It's just a little. I'm like kind of superstitious sometimes.
A little stitious.
Just weirdly some ways. And I'm like, since we've been doing this, the worst days for me to record, like the days that I think I'm gonna be the best on, are the days that I have off. And if I have off, I'm just the day's gone.
You just like.
But that means today, and I'm aware of that shit, that we're about to have the fucking best episode. What's up, Locker Room Doug? We're on our way back.
I think it's more of a hype yourself up so much to record during the day.
And then it hits, and I'm like, damn, what?
Oh fuck!
What was that shit I was saying earlier? Because I was crying, laughing earlier.
I know. I mean, I've been the podcast co-host since we started it, obviously. And yeah, we've recorded on a couple days off for sure.
Yeah, when because we record Fridays, so I'm like, long weekend. I'm like, dude, I got the whole weekend in front of me. Just kill Friday. You be on a fucking hype train the rest of the weekend, and I fucking get way too drunk on Thursday.
Wasted on drink, then he got to drink on Friday to get rid of his hangover from Thursday.
Run it. But
One.
hey,
That's one.
a new year. You already hit one. You could have gone by with it because I kind of heard it, but I
wouldn't
didn't.
do that to the people. An honorable man for the honorable people.
What's up, y'all?
We're back.
We're back.
Happy to see y'all. Happy to see y'all. Sad to see y'all, but happy to see.
In this gorgeous 2025.
Yep, 22225. No, 2025. Probably more accurate. I said 2225.
No, I mean, it could
Tyson
be.
went to, so every time Tyson saves a podcast after the episode, he always just puts today's date. We figured out a long time ago is the easiest way to just figure out which podcast was which. Like 2 weeks ago, he put.
That's just going to be on the episode because I never screwed it. Mama, can't you see?
Dog, I'm about to flip this table. You better chill.
Nothing in this world is free.
I'm a in
the sky.
But yeah, like 2 weeks ago, first weekend of the new year, Tyson went to save the podcast, and he saved it like 1/9/2023. It was crazy. Thought we went backwards. Thought we was rolling the clogs back.
I rolled him back.
You did. You wanted 4 more years of Biden. What are you talking about? What the hell is you talking about? Welcome back, y'all. Another beautiful. So today it is Wednesday when we're recording this. It's a little bit of a different day. I'm supposed to travel on Friday to Pittsburgh.
Oh shit, yeah.
For the Shane Gillis comedy show. We're supposed to get a little bit of weather, but take that big Ram right over there. You know what I mean?
Now you got the Ram.
Oh yeah, I'll drive that thing right off the fucking right off the fucking bridge. Big yellow one. Fort Pitt Bridge. I don't care.
Yeah, now you can safely travel. Not that you couldn't, but like,
yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not as worried when I'm out
if
there.
you get one of those like slinky fucking pile-ups, at least
There's
you got
5.7 feet of bed between me and the back, the back of me and the car and behind me. And a Hemi between the car and front.
That's gonna kill him.
Baby. But, fuck, I lost my train of thought now. I can't remember what I was talking about.
Talking about the Shane Gillis. Friday.
Oh, yeah. Friday I'm going to see Shane Gillis.
Hopefully Big J's there.
I just saw he broke Dave Chappelle's record for the biggest audience for a comedy show at someplace out in Cali or something like that.
Who's Shane?
San Diego, Shane, yeah.
Cool.
So I was so the place that the comedy show's at is the same place the Penguins play at. So I was literally just there last week, going back this week. But I'm excited. We're sitting right next to the stage. We got floor seats right next to the stage.
I wanted to tell you, don't whistle between jokes. You can whistle. It's okay to whistle when it comes out and shit, when new people come out. Don't whistle between jokes. You did it a couple times during the Kill Tony stuff, and I just only say that just because like I hear these guys say they talk about fucking blasting this, like calling the whistle dude out, being like, "Hey, bro, stop fucking whistling. You're not that guy."
I'm whistling
You know what I mean?
louder. I'm whistling twice as loud. I might take a whistle.
You should or you can play it like that.
I mean,
you get called out.
Only one way to get this podcast on the map, other than the grit and determination, is going
it.
It's going viral for
I
beefing with
love
the
it.
Matt and Shane Secret podcast. LRT, baby. Oh, don't worry, I'll have the hat on. But yeah, no, pumped to go to that. Just got a phone call today, actually. Apparently a year ago, I scheduled an eye doctor's appointment for tomorrow and forgot about it. So they called me today and said, "Hey, you got an eye doctor's appointment tomorrow at 5." And I said, "Tomorrow at 5?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Tomorrow's Thursday." And I was like, "All right, so now I got to leave work early the next 2 days in a row. Tomorrow to go to the eye doctor's, and then I got indoor golf. And then Friday to go to the Shane Gillis comedy show." But yeah, action-packed weekend. Saturday, work.
Big J's there.
Nothing crazy. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I
Because,
think
like,
he's
obviously he
gonna be
has
there.
people opening for him. But, like, who would he have
gonna be
opening
there.
for him?
Sean Gardini, guys that work with them.
Maybe I'll get a chance to talk to him, see if he'd come on an episode. That'd be big for us.
It'll be
He'd
huge.
get here, I'd be like, "So we're looking for a third chair permanently. You busy like every
just-
You busy every Friday?"
Just one episode would just be big enough to where we'd be good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we'd build off of that.
yeah.
Yeah, like we just need enough eyes here.
Just him ripping the lawnmower. You know what I mean? Just ripping, calling your dad, like, I can't get it going.
or even just
Just
like,
rip this for me.
yeah, or get. No way you put it on tape. For anybody who couldn't hear all the laundry in the back, it's done. If you couldn't hear all the laundry in the first 10 minutes of the episode, it's finally done. Stay
They
tuned
should
for
be
the
able
end
to
of
hear
the episode. I might include a video of Tyson hanging it up.
You can't hear the heater, I don't think, either. But I can hear it.
I can hear it.
But you can't really hear it, I don't think. In the
Let us know in the comments down below if you can hear the heater or the washing machine.
Yo, nobody's even commented for the rice maker. It was just comment anything.
A period.
Just blank.
Free rice maker. We'll drop it off. The both of us.
If you just hit a couple spaces and then hit enter, should that like just it should just pop up like a blank thing?
I don't think. I think you have to put a character.
Fuck.
That's why we had the same argument last week, and then we had disagreed. I'm trying to say decided and agreed, and it won't come out. Agreed on period.
Period or anything at all. Nobody wants a rice maker. Now, granted, they have to pay for postage, and
If you live in the city, we'll drop it off.
if
you live in Juniata,
Juniata.
well, I drive from here to
If
Roaring.
you live outside of Juniata, you're going to have to send a box.
No.
If
If you live
it's a
between
free rice
Juniata and
maker.
Roaring Spring, we'll drop it off. If you live outside the continental United States or even the state of Pennsylvania, send a box with a shipping label. This is a nonprofit. For right now.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's people. You said last week we had dudes in Russia.
We do. We have almost a full percentage of our podcast is Russian based.
They're going through it.
Sprechen Sie fuck. Do you think they want a rice maker?
Yeah,
I'd
on
ship
the
it to 'em.
fucking front lines.
They're not. You think they're listening to us at the war, the boys in battle?
Could be. We could just be that energy that just brings them up.
Do we say go get them?
Well, we don't actually even need that.
Yeah, are we supposed to say go get them?
No, we're not.
I don't think so. Hey,
Ukraine just
get them.
Ukraine just caught 2 North Koreans alive. So now they have 2 POWs. So there's gonna be shit to come from that. They were already. Did you hear that they got cell phones when they went into Russia? They gave them cell phones to be able to communicate with each other, and you could just have radios. I don't know why they all got cell phones. They started looking up porn immediately. That was like the first big headline. Is that they're crazy.
Super freaks.
Imagine never seeing porn in your life, and then
Wait, I've never seen porn in my life. I'm of age.
and then you're like 30, 40 years old seeing porn. American women. You know what I mean? Just huge hogs. Just bang bras and what the fuck's a secret bus or whatever?
The bang bus. But I don't know what you're
Casting
talking about. I have no idea what any of this is.
They're not even getting. They don't casting couch.
Dog, I don't know what Bang Buzz is. I don't know what BigSausagePizza.com is. I don't know what XNXX.
Wasn't Big Sausage Big Sausage Pizza 9? What was that when we were kids?
Yeah, dude, you just
Looking
it was Meat
for a
Spin. You remember Meat
WrestleMania-
Spin? Yeah, well, Big Sausage Pizza was on the guide, like
Yeah.
the TV guide. It would be like
Go through
fucking
the pay-per-views.
cookies and MILF and shit like that. Shout out to Cookies and MILF. But like
Easy milk.
Like I have no idea what XNXX or any of these porn sites. You remember Meat Spin? You tell people to
No.
if you got on meatspin.com, as soon as you entered it, it was just a fucking dick on a pizza just spinning around on the screen.
I actually never seen that.
never seen a dick.
No,
Pause.
but
Let that one sink in. Never seen a dick. No. Pause. Let that one sink in. What do we pause there?
I mean, I don't know what you're doing at this point. So, you're just on your own pause game.
Keep him on his toes, baby. Never let him know your next move.
The Pain Olympics. I remember getting kind of tricked into that. You remember the Pain Olympics?
No.
Where it was like girls stomping on dudes' balls and like dudes with a razor cutting their dicks open.
Never seen that.
Dude, it was crazy.
Seen 2 girls, one. I saw the guy sit on a glass jar. Do you remember?
I didn't see that. I heard about that, but I
Busted
did
as soon
see
as he
2
got
girls,
halfway
1 cup.
in. Saw 2 girls, 1 cup.
See, I got tricked in. I don't want to say I got tricked into it, but like the dudes in school, that like in the lunch line, they would be talking about it, and I'm like, "What is it?" And they made it sound like I'm a pussy because I haven't seen it.
But that was like the big thing that like we did when we were that age. Because like, do you remember telling people to go home and look up blue waffles?
Yeah.
And it would just show that fucking disgusting vagina
Yeah.
on Google. Like all kinds of
I've
stuff.
seen
Like,
that.
you would just try and trick people into fucking looking shit up on the internet. That's how we grew up.
That's crazy
was
that
the
was
best of times,
that was a pussy.
I remember fucking gambling on the internet when I was like 15.
Really?
Yeah, I played poker on the internet when I was like 14 or 15. I'll never forget it. I loved it. We grew up at the perfect.
That's when it kind of started, that Full Tilt, isn't it?
Yeah, now you remember. You remember.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, Full Tilt, and then they shut it down in whatever it was, 2008 or 2009. But yeah,
Why'd they shut it down?
it was illegal at the time. It wasn't regulated, so the government wasn't getting any of the money. Pretty much, it was literally illegal gambling.
Then when did the skills machines start?
Skills Machine started right 2019. I want to say it was like a year before COVID. We were still hitting the bars heavy. And the club. So probably maybe 2017. Because Charlie was
Okay,
born
yeah.
in 2015. So it was probably closer to like 2017. And then when we went to Vegas in 2018, right?
No idea.
You don't remember. I'm pretty sure. We celebrated I think it was your 26th birthday.
I was just gonna say because like I remember my dad gambling. I remember your dad on the computer fucking playing
Oh,
cards.
yeah. Rand was heavy in it. October 2018. Would have been June.
Then everything, like there was just like 5 or 6 years there where there was nothing. And then the skills machines pop out and that's
Yeah.
where everybody's betting.
June 2018. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pictures I took on the trip to Vegas. 1, me in the airport bathroom. 2, a picture of a random city we flew over. This is not Vegas. 3, my parents and I, as we got into Vegas, getting food. A peanut butter edible.
Which wrecked you.
5 pre-rolled joints.
I remember you smoking one of them, Johns. I didn't smoke it this time.
Me in the bathroom with a temperature on it of 104 degrees. Me in the bathroom again. The mountain. My parents meeting a guy who does YouTube. Look at that, Rand. That's such a baby glow. Trooper, in case you were wondering, Rand. And then that was it. First ever trip to Vegas, and we stayed more days than I took pictures. Why don't you should tell everybody what your Vegas routine was.
I was just telling some
Because we never really ever got into the Vegas trip, ever, I don't think.
horizontal royer from work he was talking about going on vacation this year. He doesn't know where he wants to go, and I was telling him about my shit because I've been to a couple places now, and he brought up Vegas, and I was like, and I told him my whole Vegas thing. So I would wake up. Well, the first day, the first day we went to like a private club. We got into like a real nice nightclub, kind of.
Oh, yeah, very first night.
Yeah.
So the way we did it, when we went on our first Vegas trip, we went with my parents. So it was me, Tyson, my mom, and my dad. And they had a hotel room, and we had a hotel room right across from each other. But the first night in Vegas, we all had a hotel room together, and we stayed in Old Vegas. So
Fremont Street.
So my mom and dad slept in a bed together, and Tyson and I were supposed to sleep in a bed together. And I think I kept putting my feet on your legs.
You kept trying to spoon me.
No, pause on all that.
You did.
Pause on all that. I'm pretty sure I remember you kept saying you wouldn't stop trying to put your feet on my legs because my feet get cold. And that's why you got out of bed.
And then just two. And then
I ain't
it's
cuddling.
going to work its way up to just spoon.
No spooning. My feet just get cold. I'm just a foot guy.
Yeah, so I slept on the floor that night.
So Tyson willingly slept on the floor. But yeah, so the first night we decided to
So I wake up.
Old Vegas. No, tell him that we're talking about when we got right in there. I'm just letting him know we stayed in Old Vegas the first night, and then every other night was in Harrah's. So you said we got into a club the first night. That was the first night before we even went to sleep.
We got into that nice nightclub. Remember the dude had the whole bottle of Tito's. Tito's just became a thing.
Yeah.
Dude was in a... Damn!
Like a car wreck.
I need to fucking tape these, Johns. Dude was in all white, passed out like this. Remember that?
Oh.
And then we were standing over the railing, like looking at people. Remember that dude said, "What the fuck you looking at?"
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, "You'll never get up here."
Well, there was a dress code to get in,
Yeah.
which we were fine on dress code.
We barely must have hit it.
Dude, they probably looked at us and they were like, these fucking suckers.
And it was what?
Do you rem-
$55 for 2 drinks?
Dude, I remember the exact amount. I'll never forget it. I went to Vegas with like $5,000, but I have a gambling problem. Well, used to, not anymore. But back then I had
100%.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a problem. Like, but when I would gamble, I'd lose all my money, and like I wouldn't know when to stop until I lost it all. But I wouldn't like borrow money and then wouldn't be able to pay it back, and like my bills wouldn't get paid. Like I just gambled all my money that I actually had that I should have been saving or using towards.
You had a fast
anything.
trigger.
I literally would go. We would go to the casino on Saturdays, Sundays, Tuesdays. We had a Tuesday, Thursday schedule, but sometimes we go down Saturday. I'd lose the whole piece of the pie. So I gave all my money to my parents, and I didn't have any cash on me, but I had some money in my bank account. And we get in there, and we both order. You remember what we ordered?
Double Tito's.
2 double Tito's and soda. Tyson's like, I'll get the first round. I'm like, all right. Guy goes, it's $42.50. Tyson had $45. He goes, all right, here you go. And he gave him the whole $45.
I did?
Yeah. I'll never forget it. You might have had $54 or something like that. It was a weird number, 45 or 54, one of those. But you just like handed him the money, and you're like, that's all we had. Or no, it was like $62. It was a crazy number. It was like $30 a drink or $20 a drink or something like that. It was crazy.
Do I have both chains out? Sorry, yeah. There we go. In case people were wondering, he got one fuck.
Cut the tape.
Does he have one
Should we
chain?
just restart?
Does he have one chain?
Might as well.
Just for people that were wondering, I have 2 chains. I had 2 chains on.
Might as well. For anybody wondering, I have chains on or chain on, and you'll not.
Where's your piece?
You're not gonna know.
There it is. Have you cleaned it yet?
I'm gonna tell you, yeah. I'm gonna tell you, yeah, just for peace of mind, just to move on, get back into the Vegas trip. I'm gonna just tell you, yeah, Colgate work like a chain. Toothbrush, regular Colgate. So yeah, I think it was
that
like
night we had fun.
It wasn't $42.50. It was like $62.50, and I think you had $65, and you told the guy, you're like, here's everything. You had $68. You're like, here's everything I have. Just keep it. We had that drink, and then just left. Then there was like a breakdancing competition in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Then I was trying to buy weed off some chick. My mom thought I was trying to fucking score a prostitute. I'm like, listen, I don't gotta pay to get bitches. Never. I've never had to, never going to, never need to. I was just trying. And my mom's like, I'll take you to an alley and rob you. I'm like, rob me on what you have on my money? What is she gonna rob me on my fucking good looks? Two.
Yeah, I don't think we brought our wallets. That's why we didn't have no money on us.
Yeah, my parents told us not to or whatever. It was just we just had like our IDs
and I just had that money, that cash on me.
Yeah. And then we found out you could just walk, like bars just served you walking around, like you could just walk up to the sidewalk like a drive-through, get a beer, and then just keep walking. It was crazy. Tyson was in love. So then, yeah, go ahead. We go to sleep. We didn't really gamble that much the first night. Maybe $150, $200 when we first got there.
Yeah, you did a little bit. I don't think I did any.
Yeah, while we were waiting for my parents to check into the room.
Yeah.
And then after that, we just went and
So
walked around.
I wake up though, and I wake up to Big Rand snoring, and that's actually that's like the first video on my phone. So I wake up on the floor to Rand snoring. I get up. I'm already dressed because I didn't even get it. I still have jeans on and shit. Everything. So it's just me and Rand in the room. So I leave. I think I give you a call, no answer. And I go downstairs. I'm walking around. I run into your mom. She had just got a coffee. There was like a Dunkin' Donuts. And she said, he's that way. I go find you. Literally as soon as I get up to you, you said, I mean, there was one hand you went through and you were like, I lost it all. I'm like, what?
Not me.
And you're like, I lost it all. And I was like,
The bad part about giving my parents the money is I also know what their code to the safe is going to be. It's the same that our alarm code was for the house. There's like 2 options it could ever be. So I knew what it was going to be. And then I just went up there. Like I was like, I got some money out. I was the first one to wake up because
you went twice, didn't you?
What?
You went back up.
Yeah, I got money out of the safe 3 times.
And I was sleeping the whole time.
Every time. You and my dad. Because you guys got hammered. But I'm not much of a drinker. I wasn't at the time. Now I'll drink a lot more. Just like I don't get drunk, but I'll drink a couple more beers than I used to. So I was up fucking 7 o'clock in the morning. It was Vegas, baby. Let's take the time. We're taking the time down, dog. I am ready to rob these fuckers blind like they never. And mind you, we're there for 9 days. 9 days we're there for. I brought like $5,000 in cash, and then I had some money in my bank account. Not much, maybe a couple $100, 2, 3, 4, 500. But on this trip, we were also getting paid. Like we had a paycheck that was coming up 3 or 4 days before we had left for the trip. So shout out to Big Rand. Sorry, Big Rand. The only thing my dad wanted to do was play in the World Series of Poker tag team event. Him and I were going to play in it. We were going to be partners. And it's just a poker tournament where he plays like around and we play off the same chip stack, but we're a team. And I think it was like $300 a guy or $400 a guy or something like that. And it was like our second or third day in. And so I wake up, it's like 7 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm about to fucking crush this shit. I was like, let me get like $500 out. So I got like $500 out. I had $4,500 still in there. And I'm like looking up. There's this app you can look up, and it'll show you where all like the poker games are, how many poker games are running at each casino. So I was like, well, I'm going to go over to the Golden Nugget. They had like a 2-5 game. My plan was to go play poker. And I went over. It's the only game running at the Golden Nugget.
At 10 in the morning? Or
7 in the morning.
7 in the morning.
Yeah, it's the only game running. There's only like 3 casinos on the Strip. Or in Old Vegas. Fremont, yeah. So I walk over, the table's full. There's like 2 people on the waiting list, so I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm obviously not playing poker now. And back then I wasn't a big slot machine guy. I'd go right to like a blackjack table. So I'm starting walking back over to the hotel we're staying at, and we stayed at what, Binion's or something? No, we stayed at
the Nugget, maybe?
No, that was across the street. We stayed at Rand. Leave it in the comments down below. I can't remember.
And if you leave anything in the comment, the first person to comment was a rice maker.
You can't opt out. You can't opt out of the rice maker.
You can't.
You can't.
Imagine if the comments were forever, like, just
opt out.
We say and then / don't want the. Dude,
I love the episode # don't want the rice maker. Give it to the next. Give the race maker to the next guy. Double it and pass it on. I can't remember the name of the hotel we stayed at the first night, but the hotel we stayed at the other 8 nights was the Harrah's Casino and Resort.
Yeah.
So I walk back over, and there's my mom. And my mom and I went, and we got donuts at Dunkin' Donuts, and she got a coffee. And then she was like, all right, I'm going to go gamble. And she went and played slots, and I was like, I'm going to go play blackjack. So I lost it. They have a $300 maximum at this casino. It's an old freaking reservation casino. So it's not a crazy high maximum, so it's easy to, if you're playing $25 bets, you can lose a lot of money quick and not be able to get it back. So I sit down, buy in for the whole 5, lose it quick. I'm like, all right, it's all right. I got a little bit more money upstairs. Came with 5. I pulled 5 out. I still got 45. Why don't I just go get another 15? That'll leave me with an even 3. Go get another 15, come back down. Buy in for 5. Don't think I want a hand. Buy in for 5. Don't think I want a hand. I'm like, fuck, now I got to get my money back. Buy in for 5. Get it up a little bit. Never even close to doubling the money I'm starting with, you know what I mean? And I lose it all. At this point, I'm probably playing... I might have even bought in for 5, lost it, bought in for 1,000. Now I'm playing $300 hands. You know what I mean? You know how I get. Might be playing $250 hands, something. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm down $2,000. I'm like, fucking an hour into the day. I'm like,
not even to our real day.
Like, no, at no point in my brain do I think just call it. You know what I mean? Just call it. Just give up. Just throw in the towel. Like, that's never how I used to gamble, ever. It was never throw in the towel. It was always chase my losses until I fucking had a bigger... It was either get even or get even worse.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I got there to you, you was the only one.
I was the only one at the table all day, the whole morning.
Yeah, there's
I was
nobody...
playing heads-up blackjack. So
that's why I found you so fast.
It was quick. It was easy to lose. I was playing heads-up blackjack the whole morning. I mean, might have been an old guy who'd come, but he'd lose it just as quick as I would.
You might have been the worst ever at heads-up blackjack. Not the worst ever, but it doesn't go good for you.
See, I feel like heads-up blackjack's better for me because I can have more control over the cards, but it's so fast that I
It's never worked for you.
It goes... I play so fast that I'm going to eventually just... It's quicker for me to lose more money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've since found... I play slot machines a lot with my fiance when we go to the casinos, which also I lose a lot of money on because you can bet bigger. But if I'm not playing poker, I should just play Ultimate Texas Hold'em. Like, those are the only 2 games I should play. Or go bet dollars on, like, roulette numbers and lose, like, $100 over the course of an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe hit a number for 36 every here and there or something.
Ultimate Texas is where to go.
But I was waiting for the table to open up last time. The guy's like, we open it up some Thursdays, but every Friday and Saturday. But when you get there on Fridays and Saturdays, the table's already full, and then never a seat open. It sucks. And they only have 1. But I digress. So I told my fiance, I was like, if we're going to start going to the casino, I'm not going to Rocky Gap anymore. I said, I want to go to the one in Greensburg so I can at least play poker, and you can go play the slot machine that you like to play, and whenever you're ready, I'm ready. We can just leave. But, like, if I'm playing poker, I'm maybe losing $300 in 5 hours. If I lose $300 in 10 minutes, I'm getting up and leaving. Like, I'm not chasing money at the poker table like that. Because I just know it's not my day. Like, I know when it's not your day at the fucking poker table. But anyways, back to the Vegas story. Not to draw this out to a long story, but...
Oh, it's going to be a long story.
It's a long story.
I mean, this is like, though...
But I don't know if have we ever shared our first...
No, we haven't.
Our trip to Vegas together?
So it's like, we have so many of these stories. These are just, like, moments at a time.
It was your 25th birthday, by the way.
Was it?
Yeah. Think of that.
Not that long ago.
It'll be 7 years ago on this birthday. Yeah.
It's not that long ago.
Mm-mm. Crazy. Had a whole back surgery since then and everything. We got to go back.
Yeah, it's time to go back.
Oh, yeah. I've been back since, but you haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I go up, and I just make the mistake of just getting all my money. I just get the rest of the $3,000 out. I go right back to the same table. I'm like, cards have to turn. It's got to go my way. I should have just walked away. But fast forward maybe an hour and a half later, and I'm down to my dick and balls. Like, I'm down to, like, my last 5 green chips, $125. Tyson comes down. I think I'm betting a $50 hand.
Yeah, I seen you, and it was like the last $100.
Well, I think I was betting like a $50 hand and a $75 hand, and you came down and fucking, or I lost a hand. You walked up. I put maybe two $50 bets down or something like that. Lost them both, and you were like, how much you down? I'm like, that's it. You're like, that's it. What? And I was like, that's all of it. And you're like, what do you mean? And I was like, I just kept going back upstairs and getting the rest of my money, and I lost it all. So I went to Vegas with $5,000. Lost it all first morning before we ever even made it to the actual strip in Vegas. Before we ever made it anywhere close to like real casinos. I lost it all. I lost $5,000 all at like a reservation casino that like, the more I know about gambling is like my odds to win there were never fucking high ever.
Which would inspire
But we were 25.
the
I
rebuild.
was 24. You were 24. I was 25. Like,
But that would inspire the rebuild.
the re-retained. So that what proceeded, I'll try and make it quick for me. Well, I guess we don't have to. We can just kind of go back.
Because we were going into even what I was doing.
Yeah.
So this first couple of days,
Well, then you came and met me.
it was messed up.
You came and met me. I had already told my parents how bad it was.
I remember it took a day for you to tell your dad.
Yeah, my dad didn't know. My mom did. My dad didn't know. But I think he knew, right? Because, like, he got the money out of the safe. You know what I mean? Like, he knew. But it wasn't, I don't think I told him until we got to the other casino. But, or I may have told, I think he came down to me at the blackjack table and asked. And I was like, just fucking sick. I mean, I'm losing fucking piles, and I'm like,
I think it did happen that morning.
yeah, I'm losing. Yeah, because he was so mad at me. He didn't talk to me for a day.
Yeah.
That's what it was. He didn't talk to me for the whole second day. Not even at dinner. So, yeah, vibe is...
The vibe is...
Dog, I'm saying airport Applebee's airport Chili's when we're drinking. I mean, vibes are fucking, dude, on an escalator going 100 to the top. The vibes, we're cranking that Soldier Boy to the vibes. We're on the airplane. We're watching. Do you remember we watched 21
Yeah.
on the flight out?
Oh,
Like,
dude.
dude, the vibes are as high as the airplane is in the sky right now.
And I love hot weather.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like a lizard, dude. I felt great.
Get off the plane, get out of the airport, and you
Get
just
in a private
fucking-
club.
You just get hit with a fucking like a heat wave, but there's no humidity. So
It was
it's not-
111.
Yeah, but it's not sticky.
Yeah.
And we landed. No, it was 101, and we landed at 11.
Okay.
Yeah, or something like that. It was 101 degrees at like 11 o'clock at night when we landed.
Yeah.
And but it wasn't sticky because there's no humidity. I mean, vibes, dude. I'm talking vibes are up here by the time everybody's going to bed the first night. I'm talking.
Fucking Shaq. Big
Shaq Diesel.
Shaq
Diesel
well above the
vibes.
rim.
I mean, no one could kill this, right? Right?
I was still asleep.
Dog.
You do everything when I'm either asleep or I'm not in the country, or I'm not in the country, or
Or
I'm
the
not
state,
in
or
the
the
state.
zip code. So the vibes are now, I have eviscerated the vibes to a whole new level. But I got T, who's not much of a gambler to begin with. He didn't really even bring that much money to gamble with. to
And I only
start.
wanted to gamble with $300. I
Yeah.
think.
Which was like change you had saved up for the year or something
Yeah.
like that, right? You had like specific gambling money you were trying to save up.
I think I brought like $1,000 for sure to spend, just like food and everything.
Sunglasses. I remember you like wanted to buy some expensive sunglasses, so you had money for that.
Still have them.
hmm
And I think I only ended up spending like $1,300. Owed your dad like $300.
Yeah.
I think at the end.
So vibes are, I mean, eviscerated, but I know they were up here, and then after the losing session, everybody knows how much I've lost all my money. The vibes are, Imagine if Flight 93, where they were at, that's where the vibes were. Down on the ground. Down on the ground.
United 93.
Yeah. What'd I say?
Flight 93.
Flight 19 is what I was thinking. Those vibes are high. Down something. So, but I know Tyson. I'm like, Tyson's not going to gamble much. I know our hotel has a banging ass pool. Least we can do is just get fucking pissed drunk every day and we'll swim. Like, I don't have to gamble. It just sucks I lost all my money to gamble. And my dad is mad at me because we were going to play in this tournament together and I lost the money that I was going to use to buy into the tournament with. While he had the money he could have lent me to buy in the tournament, he was obviously teaching me a lesson about fucking letting him down and, you know, don't be a fucking dickhead with your money and shit like that. Right. No, I'm just kidding. So, actually, he ended up bailing me out the whole week. So,
hold on. So you take a break. Let me tell him my schedule.
Do we need to restart the camera? Because I think that's close to an hour.
We got to be close.
Yeah. Let's get a break here. I need another drink anyways.
Audio, video?
Huh? Audio and then video, yeah.
And we're back. Like we never left. Mm-hmm. So, when we're going through Vegas, where was we?
We had just, Rand's not talking to me. We hadn't even checked into Harrods yet. I lost all the money. Rand's not talking to me.
So let's get into my fucking schedule. Because mine was like...
literally right after I lose all my money, we get in an Uber, take it over to our new hotel, get new hotel rooms, and then my parents get their own room. Tyson and I get our own room, and it's kind of like just a fucking free-for-all for us, especially for the first day, because my dad wasn't talking to me at all. So, yeah.
And he didn't have no money at all.
Just a little bit in the bank account to get us from here and there, but it wasn't nothing crazy.
So, I remember you getting some weed pretty quick. That changed the mood.
Had to.
But that first day, I think that's when I like bought my Oakleys. Or the
very first day, we got to the Harrah's. We went, we looked at what the pool was like. Then we went and I think was the first day we walked up to a Walgreens and we bought Pounders and then walked around with Pounders.
Well, listen, I was in Walgreens and CVS's the whole time.
I think the very first day we walked up to a Walgreens, bought a beer, bought Pounders, and then we just walked around. Because our plan was just to get drunk. Because you were like, fuck it, I'll get you drunk for the day or whatever. You're like, you'll pay for my beers, that's 3. You'll pay for my beers. And I hold myself accountable. Yeah, so I think I was flat broke. I think I even got money. I must have got money out or spent all my money or something.
But that was my fucking, that was my deal. Like, I would wait. So when you got your weed and you got your edibles, those edibles ripped you up.
That West Coast weed is crazy, dog.
They ripped you up. I don't think to this point I've ever seen you that bad.
Well, that was when I was first smoking weed, too.
Yeah.
But I just found out it was legal out there, so I was like, oh, yeah, definitely.
Those edibles destroyed you. You ate like a half bag of those Reese Pieces.
Well, it was a 25 milligram cereal bar, so it was one big square. And I'd never eaten an edible before, and I think the first night I ate like a half of the fucking thing. And I literally wasn't a big smoker at the time.
And I was like, let's go walk out on the strip.
This wasn't the very first night.
No. Well, this is like 3.
I got weed like night 3 or 4. Because even how I got the money for the weed was crazy. Like, how I got money in Vegas was... It's
the rebuild.
Crazy.
The rebuild.
I lost all my money day 1 in Vegas. And after Tyson bought me beers the first day, I never had to borrow money from anybody until the last day of Vegas. Or until the day before I got paid, right before the last day of Vegas.
Nobody else could say that.
And I gambled every day.
Yeah, dude. So much. And just up and down. He lost it again. The rebuild.
Dog, it was wild. What a life, man.
So my thing was I would wake up in the morning, couldn't get you up. I wake up at like 10, 9, 10. Fucking, I would walk the whole strip upwards. Here was on the traffic flows down this way. So MMG is on the up there. All the traffic flows down this way. Harris is on this side. So I would walk up to the top, cut across, walk down a little bit, because then it starts getting shitty again. Then walk back up, across, and back down. And there's a CVS or Walgreens on this side. So I would get a pounder, and then right at Planet Hollywood on this side, there's another Walgreens. You get another pound. By the time I'm finished with this one, or it's warm, fucking toss it, get another one, walk across over here. Go. That's where I was like in the Cosmopolitan and
The
fucking
Flamingo
MMG and shit. Just fucking off. Just walking around, not even playing nothing, just standing around.
Soaking it in.
Yeah, so I did that every day.
Well, not every day.
And then
So,
I
if
did
you
one
remember-
time, I think play $20 in the Cosmopolitan.
it wasn't every day,
Randomly.
because if you remember, the first 2 days you woke up earlier than me, and then you started drinking before me, and then you were hammered. So then what you would do is you would sleep, and then you'd wake up right before we'd go to dinner. We'd go to dinner with my parents. You'd go out to drink. The one night I ate too many edibles, said I was going to meet you out, never met you out. Anyways, but you would stay out until like 3 a.m. drinking, and then you wouldn't wake up until 1 p.m. the last 7 days in a row. As soon
was
as
it
you,
1?
Yeah, as soon as you wake up, you'd order Chipotle before you
Yeah.
even got out of bed. And then you'd get out of bed. I think you'd put beer in the fridge somehow.
We didn't have a fridge.
Oh, that's
I put
right.
Beer. I put pounders
in the
ice bucket.
In the ice bucket, yep. And then
for you and me. Like champagne glass.
How generous. He'd hit a pounder. He'd walk down, get his Chipotle. I'd come like I'm already 5-6 hours into my day in Vegas. I'm come back. He has the 17th Chipotle bag stacked in the corner while he's watching YouTube on the desk, and he's like, "Where were you last night?" So yeah, for 2 days you woke up earlier than me, and then got so hammered you had to take a nap, and then got so hammered after that you didn't wake up till late enough that you ate Chipotle for breakfast for 7 straight days. Because the Chipotle was right below. Was it below a McDonald's or above the McDonald's?
I think it was a Panda Express, or it was below the McDonald's.
Yeah, the Panda Express was right next to the McDonald's.
It was in the same.
Yeah, and then
door.
below it was the Chipotle.
Yeah.
And you
Which
would,
was right
but it was in the
beside the hotel.
backside of our hotel, backside of
Yeah.
our casino. So it was like a 1.5 city block walk because you had to walk through the casino.
That was.
It was a huge casino, but
air
Chipotle was
conditioning.
right there,
Yeah.
right there. And I mean, dude, like the amount of Chipotle bags we had was insane. It was crazy. But yeah, so I remember one of the first nights, or after the first night, my dad's mad at me. We go drinking. We do whatever. I think we both went to bed pretty early after that night. And then the next morning, I get a call from my dad, and he's like, "Hey, I won 2 seats into a poker tournament. I can't use both of them." He's like, "If you come down, I'll give you one of them." And I'm like, "All right." It was like a $60 buy-in. Gave me the ticket to the poker tournament. I won it. So now I have like $500. I'm like, all right, we're rolling.
Crazy.
So my dad's like, if you win it, just give me like the buy-in back or whatever. Like it was $60 to get. He's like, just give me the $60 for the ticket, and you can keep the rest of the money. So like, I remember I had like $440. I was like, all right, I want to buy weed. I'm gonna set like $100 aside for weed. And because that's how I got weed on the third day. I was like, I won the fucking poker tournament. They had another poker tournament in the afternoon. It was $60. I was like, I'm going to set $60 aside for that. I'm like, there's 160, I got like 280 left. And I think, I don't even remember. So I think I lost the afternoon tournament. I was like, all right, I have some money now. I'm not going to just blow it all. Like, let's just, chill for now. So I wanted to go out drinking with Tyson. I'm like, well, I'm going to go get some weed. That way I can be stoned. We'll go out drinking. We'll have a good time.
Yeah, the biggest thing.
So I went out. I got an Uber over to the, I think it was called Surf something. I got a Uber over there, waited in line. I bought my weed. I got the 5 pre-rolls and an edible. I went back to the hotel. You weren't there. You were already at Fuel. And I was like, all right, I'm going to eat this edible. I'm going to change real quick, or I'm going to shower, change, and then I'll go over and meet Tyson. So I eat this edible, and I think I went and took like a shit maybe, and like I went back out, and I take long shits, so my legs fall asleep. So I like lay down in the bed to wait for my legs to wake back up, and then I never moved. Like the edible hit me, and I just like I wasn't even on my phone. I was just like staring at this wall for like just fucking zoning, just dead. Probably like a good hour, and like you called me at this point, and you're like, hey, where you at? And it's like, I want to say it's like 10 or 11 maybe. Where you're like, where you at? And I was like, oh, I'm back at the hotel room. And I was like, I fucking ate this edible. I was like, but I was like, I'm just sitting here staring at the wall. I was like, let me get changed.
I remember you saying that.
I told you. I was like, let me get changed and then I'll be over to meet you. And you're like, all right. I was like, give me like 20 minutes or something like that. Hung up the phone. Just never moved. Never moved. 2 hours later, Tyson comes back, just fucking dickered as all hell. He's like, what the fuck happened? I'm just like, I'm getting ready to come meet you. You're like, that was 2 hours ago. I'm like, nah. Like, couldn't believe that it was 2 hours ago. So I was like, fuck.
I remember that.
So that fucked me up. So I stayed in the hotel the rest of the night. You were hammered, so you came back in. You went to sleep. Wake up next morning. I go play in the morning poker tournament for $60. You're still asleep. I go play in the morning poker tournament for $60. I think I had like roughly, after the weed and everything, I maybe had like $150 or $180. Buy in for $60. I got like $120 to my name. End up getting to the final 2 and we split it like $400 a piece or something like that. Attaboy. So we chop it. So now I'm right back up to 500 to start the day. Now, new day, I got 500.
I'm just waking up.
Yep, I got 500. The world's my oyster. You're waking up.
Dude, the rebuild. That's the rebuild. The rebuild energy we were saying every day.
And then
the whole day, like these days are gonna continue. Just
and I remember telling Tyson, I was like, dude, if I would have just sat here and played $60 tournaments all week, I would have made $5,000. I was like, because my thing
you could probably live off beating those fuckers' asses.
My thing, I'm good at poker, so like my thing is, I should always just play poker, but I don't. I play all the other games to get you your money because I'm trying to get rich quick, but I have a good instincts when
you're fucking stupid good at poker.
You're
like as good as anybody might say I was at baseball. I consider you to be that way at poker.
I appreciate the gas.
Like for real.
Big Ram taught me everything I know. But I've been playing since I was a kid.
At this point, looking at everybody, you know what I mean? You and your dad are just on a different level. Mm-hmm. You just are.
Yeah. I mean, he studies the game like no other. Don't get me wrong. My dad's a good player, but he taught me everything I know. He got me into it young. I've known, I've been around. I've made the mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, so I should have just went out there with $5,000 and the intent to play poker, but that didn't happen. But anyway, so I chopped the first morning one. Actually, you're still not awake at this time, so I play the afternoon one and end up chopping that because there was a day I chopped 2 in a row, and I made like the afternoon one. I think I made 400 on the afternoon one and 300 on the morning one because the morning one was a little bit smaller. So either way, I got like 700 in my pocket, 800 in my pocket, and you're about to get up, so you wake up and you get Chipotle. I'm pretty sure. You might even came and saw me in the poker room on your walk to Chipotle.
Maybe.
Or your walk back,
I remember that.
I believe, yeah.
I remember that.
And I was like, yeah, I'll be up as
You
soon as this
were
is
sitting there with, yeah, I remember.
crazy how it comes back. And I was like, yeah, as soon as this is over, I'll be up. I was like, I already chopped the morning one. I was like, we're right back in the rebuild. And you were like, hell yeah. So you went, I came back up to the room. I came and got you. You came down. And then this was like the first day that you even gambled, day number 4. Because then we started playing Ultimate. And we were hitting a little bit here and there. And you actually were making like $100, $150 because Tyson is a very disciplined gambler. So Tyson will sit there and make $10 bets 100 times in a row. Whether he loses 90 bets in a row or not, he's not increasing his bet. He is there just to...
I won't hit, like, if we're playing blackjack, if I think I'm going to bust.
Yeah, he
even
plays
on
feelings.
12.
Yeah, he
like,
plays a feeling, yeah.
If it's 12, I'm not.
Well, like, the Ultimate Texas Hold'em is a great game for, like, the type of disciplined gambler that Tyson is. Like, he's never going to increase his bet or decrease his bet. He sits there long enough, he's going to be profitable as long as he knows when. Because Tyson also is the type of gambler where he'll sit with 100, he'll get to 200, and he'll leave. He don't care if it's 4 minutes in, he don't care if it's 45 minutes in.
Your dad also said the longer you can sit at the table, the better your odds are.
Yeah, so if you're playing smaller bets, you mean before you run out of money.
Well, just hanging around.
Just hanging around.
Yeah, that's all it is.
But yeah, so this 4th day is like the day that you actually start. Like, we gamble.
I remember because I only really tried to gamble with $300, and we had so much fun. Remember we seen Slumdog Millionaire?
Dude, that was crazy because that was
We're literally sitting just like this at the camera, and you guys are Slumdog Millionaire. There's a bar right there, a wraparound bar. We're playing Ultimate right here, and you was killing, or
you was killing it. I didn't win an Ultimate.
We were playing blackjack, and I wasn't playing, but I was. They let me sit there.
You know, it was Rand was playing blackjack. Do you remember? Because do you remember Rand was so fucked up, and he had like a stack of
like shit,
and he's just betting them so crazy. He was drinking fucking Stella Artois. That's what he was drinking, dude. I'll never forget. He's cocksuck dickered at fucking 3 a.m. in the Harry's Casino.
No, that was the last night.
It wasn't one of the last night. Oh yeah, it was one of the last. That was the last night. That was the very last night.
We were playing Baccarat.
Sorry, Ryan, I'm fast forwarding. Yeah, we were playing fucking Baccarat. Yeah. Pie Gal. We're playing Pie Gal. Yep.
So remember we seen Slumdog Millionaire. This dude was just.
We're sitting at the altar.
He was dead,
and it's like 4 p.m.
It was maybe like.
Or was it like 11 or 12?
It was like 6, 7, 8. Like
it was in the evening. Yeah, it was very much in the evening, not like night.
Yeah,
it was evening.
Because I stayed out at night talking to women of the night,
collecting cards.
Well, and talking to dudes of the night that were passing out girls of the night,
facilitators.
They're trying to beat Steve Nash in all-time assists.
But yeah, tell them about Slumdog.
Slumdog, dude. We seen him. The bartender called the cops. Ahmed comes up, tries to get him. Ahmed's talking to him, and they're like, I think a cop and Ahmed were talking to him. They're like, "Hey, give us your ID," and he's
at a bar.
He's just still swaying on the bar stool. And then they say, "Give me your ID." He swings around, gets his wallet, swings back around, and then just hands him his player's card. And we could see that it was his player's card. And then we could literally see the cop say, "This is your player's card. I need your ID."
The dude was full slumped, just passed out.
I think he turned back around and then just gave the cop the wallet. He was just like, "Find it, dude."
I'm pretty sure so the guy gave him his player's card. If I remember correctly, which I might not, I might be embellishing, but I'm pretty sure he gave him the cop his player's card. He's like, "This is your player's card." He's like, "Oh." And he turned around and he had like a stack of chips. And he grabbed the chips and he gave them to the fucking cop. And then he's like, I need your ID. And he's like, somewhere in there. And then he handed him his whole wallet. And the guy's just like,
And then they ended up putting him on the stretcher.
yeah. It was crazy.
He
He
ended
was,
up
he was
just
very
passing.
drunk, yeah. Should have just took him to the oxygen bar. They had them everywhere.
I didn't use that.
And we didn't use the oxygen
Wasn't a pussy.
bar. No. But yeah, so day 4-ish, we're playing Ultimate Texas Hold'em. I can't win worth shit. Tyson's hitting it a little bit. And if you remember, just about the end of every night, we would go out to dinner. I'd pay for my own dinner. We would have like, a half-decent night, whatever we were going to do. You and I would break off, and then we'd have a couple drinks, and then I'd just go gamble the rest of my money down to like my last $60 so I had enough to play in the tournament the next day. And then this process just repeated.
Yeah, then I would just stay out on the strip the whole night.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go to bed till like 3 in the morning. Which one of these
If you
nights-
think about it, we kind of fucked up by not just doing everything together.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it just, that first day messed us all up.
Well, you went and visited your cousin.
That was huge, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Skylar. We hadn't seen each other in like fucking 18 years. Been a long time.
Yeah, that was one of the big things when we were planning the trip. You were like, I can't wait to see my cousin Skylar. Like, I'm texting them, and
I got lost on that trip, like going to see Skylar. That's when I fucking, after seeing him, I drank this whole fucking thing of beer. I was just so fucked up, just like emotionally and drunk. I ended up walking through a casino multiple times looking for a bathroom and didn't realize that I was walking in a circle. You know how like the carpet
yeah,
just
because you can walk, like the way the casinos are like arcades on a boardwalk out in Vegas.
Yeah.
You can literally walk in one way, walk out a different way, and like you don't even realize you just
I
exited.
felt like I wasn't just going on a racetrack type deal, but I felt like I was like taking turns.
Mm-hmm.
But it
It was the
wasn't.
Flamingo, I think, which was the casino
Yeah.
right next to ours. I think you kept getting stuck.
'Cause you had to
We
go-
would get stuck in the Flamingo all the time.
You had to go like, yeah. You get like fucking wrapped around in it.
yeah.
So, yeah, I got lost in that bitch.
Hit me with a pause real quick.
And we're back.
Sorry, Charlie.
And I see
Charlie
what
called.
I see what happens. It pauses for a second.
saw that
Then
there.
I
That
hit
was
it.
cool.
I hit it again, and then that stops it.
But the last time, what actually happened was we ran over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But that moment, I realized like
I saw it with the little hezzy there, and it looked like I saw you like getting ready to hit it
Yeah,
again.
like I didn't hit it. Like I
Mhm.
just maybe missed.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Fat fingered, but you don't miss. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
That's what we always thought. It's like how, what the fuck? You don't ever miss. Where's the mess up here?
You don't miss.
It's you missed.
Technically technology.
Technologically,
Not your Potter's technology.
no, you're,
It's not your Potter's podcast.
what was that? YouTube. We had to take the bus every periodically time.
Periodical time.
And it was a periodically time that we see each other in Vegas.
Yeah, we did.
But,
Yeah,
dude, Fuel Bar when
crazy. That bar went crazy. And we didn't even like. We interacted more with the bartenders than you. You have this weird thing about you where like people just come up and like they'll just start talking to you at a bar, and you're just like, I'm gonna talk back to them, and like, well, if it's a person, if I'm about to introduce you to somebody I know, you get nervous.
Yeah.
But if you are engaging in a conversation with a
I
random
don't-
stranger and you have no idea who the fuck they are,
I'm all in character.
you spend 3 minutes analyzing if you're smarter than them or not. If you feel like you're smarter than them, you're like, I'm about to dominate this conversation. If you feel like you're not, then you just get like real educational. And then me, I don't know if I just have like I must be an asshole or something, because like I have an outgoing personality where like I'll talk to anybody, but like I could sit at a bar and no one's coming up beside me and talking to me. And it's never happened. But like at my work, like if I'm standing there talking to a customer, another customer will just come up and start talking about the same thing we're talking about. I'm like, what? how does this happen to people? I'm like, you're just coming up because this guy looks approachable as he's trying to buy something, so you just thought you'd engage in the conversation. I'm like, but I never look approachable. No one ever comes up and just engages in conversation. But yeah, so you were meeting all types of people out of, well, do you remember Dirt Dogs too?
Dirt Dogs.
No free shout outs, but shout out.
And we would get the Dirt Dog.
Oh, the Dirt Dog crushed.
It was bacon, chili, cheese.
Some fries on it, maybe.
It was everything.
On a hot dog.
Dude, it was this. Now, this is back before Glizzy's was.
It was just a hot
We
dog.
weren't a Glizzy warrior.
We weren't glizzy gobblers, gladiators.
This is before that.
Back when you
Didn't
could just
count.
eat a hot dog in public. The good old days.
Dude, imagine.
Remember?
That's the worst thing to happen. Glizzy becomes like a fucking dick term for this business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the hot dog market deep.
It's crazy.
Straight down after glizzy. It's just so,
But the Glizzy the Dirt Dogs.
Yeah, Dirt Dogs went crazy. That was like Big Rand's. That was like one of his checklist items. It was like playing the tournament with me, eat Dirt Dogs, play at the Troopers meetup game. Because that's one thing we did too. We went to a meetup game with a poker content creator from YouTube.
I remember that.
And I won like $1,200 at it. I crushed that night. And
Did you meet the guy?
yeah, I met him.
Cool.
And he played at my table for a little bit. I think there's a video. I'm in a video or my dad's in a video. It's on YouTube. We'd have to go back, but I crushed at that. But there was dude, my parents and I went to Red Rock Casino and we ate at this place and they had like a walk-through petting zoo that had like wolves in it and shit like that. And you were just like drunk or you were sleeping because you got drunk the night before, eating Chipotle.
I remember this.
Because I was like, we're going to go do it. And you were like, you want to? And you were like, nah, I'm not waking up that early. And, but my dad wanted to play in a poker tournament over there. So we played in poker. So we kind of like traveled around to play poker. And we went and looked at the Hoover Dam together.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking lit. I can't believe a beaver built that. It's crazy. There's all kinds. Yeah.
It must have been Hoover.
Vegas was like, if I didn't know what I know about Vegas, I'd love to live there. But I know what I know about Vegas. And it's like, you just can't live there. But it's like awesome. Like I could go for a month.
See, the weather. I'm not a big gambler.
I'd rather just go to Arizona. Like if I'm going to move out there, I'd
Yeah.
rather just move to Scottsdale.
See, and that would be great. And let's kind of get into this West Coast shit.
It took me a half an hour to figure out how to get around the entire city of Scottsdale. We were driving around that whole place in no time.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
But that's where, like, a lot of immigrants go up into, is like those hot weather states. They don't come here. And so, like, that's where all these, like, fucking, you see, like, some immigrant murdered somebody. It's not happening around here. It's happening in Florida and Arizona and New Mexico and shit, Texas. They don't even go to Louisiana. Like, Mexican dudes don't fuck with Crocs and shit. That's a stereotype that might be. Are there any Mexicans in Louisiana? I don't think there are.
For sure.
Not really though. Like you know what I'm talking about? Like they're not fucking with gators and shit.
Not for sure.
The hurricanes.
Probably. It's cheap to live down there. Anywhere is cheap to live.
Yeah, there might be a couple, but they're not like prominent. I don't think.
Yeah. Not to get.
That's
not
what I
to get,
mean.
Like stereotypical. It's just
Nah.
cheaper to live. Just cost of living is more. It's cheaper down there. But Arizona, dude. I mean, I don't care how many immigrants come to Scottsdale. I would move there tomorrow. Remember when we saw literally the car crash in Scottsdale, and it was like an immigrant guy driving a truck with a trailer behind it, full of like. It was like he was driving around to dumpsters all day and picking out metal. and then he put it all in a trailer, and then
It just
ran a
flew
red
through a
line.
highway intersection.
It got T-boned right where the axles fucking meet. It was crazy. It was insane. And that was like
And that's probably just about every other week down there.
so many cacti. But
what
the place we stayed at was awesome. I mean, there was just people walking around. It was flat. It was warm.
What do you think of these wildfires? T's and P's going out. Thoughts and prayers to everybody for these wildfires in L.A.
I heard did it engulf the Hollywood sign?
I didn't hear nothing of
The
that.
Hollywood sign was in danger of burning down.
Didn't hear that.
I heard Kim K moved everything out of her house a month before all the fires.
Didn't hear that.
And I heard, what is it? Palisade?
Palisade.
I heard they got the worst of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I seen today that they came out on
You think it's God? Just burning all over us.
It could be, but Altadena that I've learned, there's Pasadena and Altadena. And Altadena apparently is where like all the comedians and the dudes that are behind the scenes on like TV shows and shit, the fucking boom mic holder, that's where they all live. And it's like, okay, I can understand all the rich people in the Palisades, their shit burning down, because there's no way that they have it around here where you see on Facebook, they're like, these are warnings. It like the fire department or the police put it out, like, these are things to look out for.
Yeah, we have no burn notices, shit like that. Like, we can't burn during certain hours if there's wind conditions.
So you know what's about to happen. Now, it started, what I'm seeing is from an electrical fire. Sure. But they've been telling you for years, get rid of the shrubs around your house because the bushes are what catch on fire. And then it's directly beside your house, so it just lights the house on fire. It's not an ash landing on your roof. Now, sure, that happens. It does happen. Enough just start like landing on it at one time. It just starts getting it going, I guess. But it's like, get a metal roof. There are houses that survived this. There were one in particular that he had a metal roof. He had already been through a fire. He had like a particular type of siding. He had no real plants. He had fake plants all through his yard. A fake bush. But it looked like a real bush. But just fake. It's all burned around him except for his house. There was an army guy. All he did was, remember you were still delivering mail. They had a fire out there, and they were paying postal workers to go out there and deliver mail. He learned from that fire that I should just buy these sprinklers that go this way. So he bought a couple hoses, bought a couple of those sprinklers, knew where he was going to mount them on the roof, put those sprinklers on the roof. House was fine. Not only was his house fine, and like I think he probably got rid of the gutters if he had them off the side, so the water would just run off the roof. The fire stopped right at the water line, and he saved the next 14 houses down past him because it was coming this way, right? The fire was. And it was going left and right and down. It hit his house, stopped, and then just like worked its way down this way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For 14 houses. He saved 14 houses by saving his.
Easy with Farrah.
I know. Sorry, babe. But how crazy is that? And he was the Army medic, I think Special Forces. He was a lieutenant commander. Or lieutenant captain.
LT Cooter.
It might have been LT Cooter.
Might have been an LT. Might have been a huge LT Cooter. Yeah, no, I mean, RIP, T's and P's, B and T. with anybody.
But did you see there's guys running around fucking lighting trees on
I
fire?
did see that.
That's
People
crazy.
starting fires is crazy. You want to know some other crazy shit? Speaking of people running around neighborhoods and shit. So my mom tagged me in this Facebook post on Monday. Apparently on Sunday out in where I live. So I live on a block called Rockingham, and then a block in front of me, it's called Cherry Street. Well, it's like down one and over, kind of. So it's like down and over. So anyway, my mom tagged me and my fiance. Off mic, don't count.
Well, I mean, it's like you're almost going for a full count in baseball. You 3 on mic, and then 1 off.
Yeah, silence. Yeah, I had to hit him with the silencer. I don't want to be disrespectful.
I mean, that's just not always burping to the mic. If you're going to do it, just always do it. If you're not...
It's 4 burps into the mic, 2 off. To this episode specifically. So my mom tags my fiance and I in this thing on Monday morning. Apparently, on Cherry Street on Sunday evening, this young white woman, brunette hair, shoulder length, had knocked on a door on Cherry Street. And when this older lady had opened the door, and when she had opened the door, the younger woman had asked the older lady a question, and when the older lady was going to respond to the question, the young lady just punched her in the face and ran away. And that was like pretty much the whole article. And it was like, just be on the lookout. You know, if you have any information that can help us, please let us know. So this was like Sunday at like, I want to say maybe 5 or 6 this happened.
What type of ding-dong ditch?
So we're like talking, my fiance and I are talking about it, and then we're like talking with my daughter about it, and we're like, what would you do if she had came up? And Charlie's like, I'd get you to punch her in the face, and she's like, then I'd tie her up, and I was like, yeah, then we could drag her around the neighborhood on the, like, attached to the back of my truck, and I said, and we'd scream, Arriba! And Charlie was like dying laughing, and so that was Monday, and so yesterday I go back to work. I'm off Mondays or Sundays and Mondays. I take my daughter to school. My fiance goes to work. I go to work. I get this text message from my fiance. It's like 1:15 or 2:15 in the afternoon. I think it was 2:10 or 2:15 in the afternoon. She texts me a link to our Ring doorbell because I don't have the app yet. We just put it on, and so she texts me a link to the video for the Ring doorbell, and I open it, and it's this girl, and I hit play. And she like is holding something, and she knocks on the door, and immediately I see white girl, brunette hair, shoulder length, mid-20s. Like, I'm just thinking, because in the article they said that this girl punched the old lady in the face and then took off towards Rockingham Ave. My block is the only there's not a 500s, there's not a 600s, there's not an 800s. It's the only Rockingham Ave. 700s of Rockingham Ave. There's 6 houses on it, 9 houses on it.
It's got to be because of the fire station.
Yeah. So, but when they say she ran towards Rockingham Ave, she's only running towards one fucking Rockingham Ave, which is mine. So, fast forward Tuesday, we get this Ring bell door notification. I hit play. This girl's holding something. She hits the knock, knock, knock. Doesn't even wait. Like, she hears Beans fucking go. Beans is going off.
Well, Beans was a go.
I'll show you the video after. Beans was going in. So this girl, like, barely waits maybe a half a second to see if anybody even answers the door. And then she turns around and she's walking away. You can hear Beans bark one more time. And then the girl goes, I need help. Somebody please help me. And then the video just ends. And it's like fucking creepy as shit. So I call the non-emergency hotline for the police station out in Roaring Spring. You're going to love this. I call the non-emergency hotline for the police station out in Roaring Spring.
You knew what to call. What was it, 411?
No, I just Googled it. I don't know. I just Googled it. Because, I was in Duncansville. So it's not like if they locate my phone, like, my phone's going to go to the dispatcher for where I'm at. Not for Roaring Spring, which is where, like... So anyways, I call the Roaring Spring Borough, And I called the non-emergency hotline. They're like, thanks for calling Roaring Spring Borough. If this is an emergency, please hang up. Dial 911. If this is not an emergency, please leave a message and somebody will get back to you. If you need to speak to an officer on duty, please press 2. So I pressed 2. And mind you, this is Tuesday, yesterday, 2:15 in the afternoon. I pressed 2. I get this fucking message. Our offices are currently closed. We will be open from Monday to Friday from 7 to 4. Please try again later. Hangs up. I'm like, it's Tuesday at 2:15 in the afternoon. That falls between Monday and Friday. That falls between 7 and 4. Why the fuck are you closed now? So I'm like, well, I don't know what to do now. Hang up the phone, just dial 911 because I don't know what else to do. So dial 911, dispatcher's like, what's the address of your emergency? I'm like, well, technically there isn't an emergency, but I tried to dial, so I'm like fumbling. I'm like, basically, I live in Roaring Spring. I'm at work in Duncansville. I was like, my house Ring doorbell just caught a girl knocking on my door and calling out for help. I just wanted to call and let somebody know. The lady's like, oh, yeah, we already got multiple calls about it. The cops are with the girl right now. And that was it. She didn't say nothing, whatever. I'm like, all right, good to go, whatever. So I don't know anything else that happens. I have no idea what the girl needed. I have no idea if it was even the same girl. I have no clue. But my fiance and I are looking at the camera yesterday. We're looking at the videotape, and I broke down like the playback speed to like 0.25%. And the girl is like holding a cat when she comes up to my door. So I don't think it's the same person. I think maybe this girl found a cat, or maybe this cat got hit by a car and she was like looking for help or something like that. I'll show you the video after this. I'll leave it at the end of the YouTube, and you guys maybe, I don't know how to do that actually. Maybe one day we'll post it to the YouTube and you guys can tell me what you think. But
And we were going to leave the new mission on the last episode. We didn't do that. We're learning.
Which one?
The new mission
Yeah.
church.
Yeah, that's as I wouldn't know how to get it. Oh well, you already have it recorded. We could do that. That would be easy. But yeah. So like, I have no idea what this girl needed or what. I thought it was just the girl who was gonna swing as soon as I opened the door. But maybe she just needed help with her cat. But yeah, that's what's going on out fucking my way. We just got people get punched in the face when they open their doors, and random strangers knocking on the door asking for help. It was crazy.
Well, remember that kid that came to high school with a cat in his bag?
Patrick Over, full government.
No, it wasn't him.
Yeah.
It was. No, it wasn't Pat.
Yeah. He had a kitten in his backpack
No, it was a skinny white dude.
named Patrick Over. You're thinking of a different Patrick Over. You're thinking of an athletic one
No.
that's older than us.
Mm-mm.
Patrick Over I'm thinking of is like skinny little curly headed.
This kid's name was like Joey. It wasn't Pat.
I'm telling you, I'm pulling up a picture.
Well, you don't have to. I remember them. Curly headed fuck.
Yeah, I have to remember him. I'm telling you, he brought a picture because he also got hit by a parked car on his way to school.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Yeah, same kid brought a cat to school, dog.
Yeah, no, he didn't. It was Joey something. Yeah. Who did he fucking hang out with? Really nobody.
Word. If you went to Altoona area high school, what was that?
It was Keith.
Yeah, if
in
you went to
ninth
Keith
grade.
from 2006 to 2009, you remember a kid bringing a kitten in his backpack to school who also got hit by a parked car.
You're right about him. This guy's different because he used to have like a
Wait,
trench
Pat
coat.
got hit by the car?
Yeah.
But I always could have swore Pat brought the cat to school too in his backpack.
No, this kid wore like a trench coat, but it wasn't Zach. Remember in 6th grade, Zach Luigi ate it. Luigi ate it. No, he was a trench coat type of motherfucker, and so was this guy.
TCM, Trench Coat Mafia.
This motherfucker also had like, I'm trying to think of it. He would wear like Echo Unlimited. He had one shirt that was like Chuck Liddell, and that was his shirt.
You have to bust out the yearbook and try and find them.
I could, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
bust out.
thinking on that, I will.
Yeah, you got the Keith one.
I got them all, yeah.
Pokemon. The fucking Ash Ketchum of yearbooks over here, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for him. That fucking Ash Ketchum of yearbook.
Over under, it's broken.
It doesn't work.
Doesn't work. I mean, what? Why?
It's never worked.
It just goes. You get 3 good hits.
Wonder if it's like the sound clip. Wonder if I put a new sound clip on there if it wouldn't do it.
Why wouldn't? What? But why? That's stock.
True. Well, no, that's not stock. That's the one I put on. Oh, no, that is the stock applause one. You're right. Yeah, no, we're fucked. Tascam. What the fuck?
Come on, brother. Can you send us an updated version?
This has been like this since we bought the fucker.
We're rocking with you.
400.
Can we get a new version, please?
Do you remember when you bought that? It was like the craziest thing we'd ever. Like, I didn't even know what the fuck we were going to do with it. Like, looking at it, I'd never seen anything like it. I'm like, I don't know how to work this fucking thing. Crazy.
And in this piece is a lot.
It's like the heart of the podcast.
It really is.
Yeah. Like we're the lungs and brain. That's like the heart. And then like the discs, the SD cards are like fucking
the ass.
The blood pumping through the heart.
And then the camera's the eyes.
I guess the SD card would be the brain. Camera's the eyes. That's the heart. We're the lungs because we keep it breathing. We keep it going. And Jeremy's that.
Your whole ass.
He ate all the chocolate.
He's a whole ass.
He ate all that chocolate.
Speaking of ass, fucking Steelers. I don't know if we said it last
10-3.
So when we lose, I'm like beat up that whole week. Like my whole week is off.
He's beat off.
And you should know by now that we go by you win and you learn. You don't lose. So I'm like, where the fuck did I learn?
Except in Vegas, I lost that $5,000.
But then you got it back.
Every day.
You say you was learning. So I'm like, where did I learn? Because it just feels like I flat out lost. And this week, immediately, as soon as I seen that we lost, I was like, fucking 10-2. You gave me the speech of how they were 10-2.
I gave you multiple speeches. You just chose to listen to one.
That one, though, that you.
I gave you the speech that said, none of my picks have been good. I am too confident about the Steelers. Talk me out of it.
And I couldn't, but
because I think your original pick, well, your original pick was the Ravens.
No, it was the Eagles.
They ain't covered though, did they?
Yeah.
What'd they win by 10?
Mm-hmm. 10 or more. There were 5. But
we pulled up the fucking stats and took all favorites last year and lost them all.
But okay, so like I was saying to you earlier, can we just let it be known? 14-4 regular season.
Regular season.
We will get you there, right?
Mike Tomlin will get you into the playoffs.
We go get you there.
We're going to get, whether it's a 500 record or a real
playoffs. We might need some help.
Playoffs. We need a third chair.
Dude, we've lost 5 playoff wins.
We've never won one.
Yeah.
We're like Derek Jeter.
Dude, if we go 14-4 regular season, don't want to play off again. It could happen. It's tough, dude. Even this week.
You just don't want to pick them. During the regular season, we have so many more games to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like easy ones.
There's a spot where
there's good.
The lines
find
are
a good spot.
Yeah.
Here it's like fuck.
It's all condensed down, and then Even last week, I said, like, the bookmakers have less to work on, so they're all just working on these games, so it's going to get tight. They're going to be good on it. Half of those teams lost last week, so now it just gets smaller. Halfway smaller, and then halfway.
Yeah, next week we have 2 games to pick from. And then we don't pick anything for a week, and then we pick right before the Super Bowl.
Damn, dude. I can't believe it's even here.
The playoffs? The playoffs is crazy. The record in the playoffs versus the regular season. Because what was our record last year in the regular season? Like
It
9
was
and
9.
8? 9 and 8?
It was 9 for sure because we did win a
I think we
playoff.
only did, but we only bet 17 games last year.
That was a fucking.
It started in my nose.
I mean, wasn't it?
I mean, that's 23 and 12 over the course of 2 seasons, regular season. 0 and 5 play.
Well, I mean, this year helps a lot. We lost. Okay, there's a lot to think on that. There's when you say that, what was it? 23 and
12.
That's a lot to think on. Because we went negative last year, but
We went positive last year. In the regular season, we went 9 and 18. We had an above 500 record.
Well, what did we do?
We went 9 and 8.
9 and 8.
Yeah.
How's that above 500?
9 wins and 8 losses. 8 and 8 would be 500.
Oh, why am I
means you would
thinking
win 8.
losses?
You
I
played
was
16
thinking of
games.
that
You won
weird.
500. So we were above 500, which is good. We had a winning record. We won more than we lost. So we had 9 wins, 8 losses. And then add that to the 14 wins and 4 losses. It's 23 total wins versus 12 total losses. So we're like double. We're like we're hitting at a 50% clip right now. Every other game we pick's a hitter. Except this season, it was just way more than that.
I hope somebody bet on us. Like, was out there, like, actually taking these bets.
I think these bets are going to be.
Do you think anybody did? I don't think anybody did.
No. Especially because of how late we put, like, you'd have to listen to the podcast at any point on Saturday to get the bet.
But I've always told everybody, and I think everybody knows, that you just scroll straight to the end and catch the sports bets.
Yeah. But, I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. I think our podcast, like, I think we're funny enough, and if we just sat down and structured it and like, did a little bit more work to it other than the behind-the-scenes stuff we already do, we could grow just off of us. But I think the thing that gets us there quicker than anything is if we keep doing this. If we keep going 14-4 and people start picking up on us and we start making people money, we'll be a fucking sports
I thought of
podcast
it
in
next
no
year.
time.
I thought if we go 3-0 next year, we got to start letting people know.
Yeah.
Just sending, hey, 14-4 last year, we're moving.
Yeah. Yeah, but that could get you, I mean, you could be an overnight sensation if you're a fucking hot, the next Stu Feiner.
That's what I'm saying. 14-4 regular season.
We might be the next Barstool Sports Advisors.
That's what I'm
Me,
saying.
you, Jerry. I can't pick a game for Dick.
You had a but I was
All over it.
last year. I was the same way. I just wasn't seeing it last year. I caught a couple wins here and there, but like every third game I would get. This year, I'm all over it. Just seeing it well.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
And so this week it's Detroit Lions,
A team you may be unfamiliar with us picking this year.
who I got for my FSP. Dude, they're playing as friends, man. They got it going on.
If they cover for us, they'll be the first ever team that has covered for us 3 straight times.
Did we have them last year? I don't think we did.
Mm-mm.
That's funny how it happens.
Yeah,
Detroit-
last year we were all over the Bengals a good bit. The Colts a couple times. Like, we get in this mode where we find specific teams and we just find their games.
And there's also just teams we don't bet on for specific reasons.
1-0. We were.
But but we're going with Detroit -9.5 at home
8.5.
against 9.5.
Oh, did it change? I thought it was 8.5 when we talked about it.
It's right now 9.5. So 9.5 against the Commanders.
I think that's a sucker line. I think everyone's going to be like, oh, the Commanders are good enough that they're going to make it a close game. A bunch of people are going to bet the money on the Commanders. They're going to be like, playoff football is going to be a close game. I think the Lions are going to dog walk their way into the fucking Super Bowl.
They are about to fuck them up so bad. Because
They're going to make them Commanders wish it was Redskins.
one thing I wanted to do is look up how many interceptions the Lions have this year. They got to be pushing 30. And we get every week until the Super Bowl, the Lions are getting defensive guys back. Because that was the problem, weeks ago.
Yeah, everybody was getting injured. It wasn't just
Yeah.
defense. It was everybody on that fucking team.
And they're all starting to come back every single game. So it's crazy, and you can't predict for them now.
You know what would
what I
be
mean?
sick? This would be sick. Now don't hang me. Don't hang me out to dry, Eagles fans. But it would be sick if if Jared Goff had to play Matt Stafford to get back into the
That
Super
would be
Bowl.
cool because they switched jobs.
Yep, they switched teams.
I didn't even
Matt
think of
Stafford
that.
got
That would
traded
be
for
sick,
or
dude.
Jared Goff, yeah. So if Goff beats if Stafford beats the
And then if
Eagles,
Stafford, oh my gosh, he's a Hall of Famer.
yeah, I mean, I think he already is. Just
I think so too. But you are for sure.
yeah, oh yeah.
That's a legendary moment.
Puts the Lions down.
And I get it. I got the lies, but I never even thought of that situation. That's wild.
Yep.
I kind of like to see wild.
Dude, that would be nutty. I think we would take the Rams
Because
if they
Goff needs one. Lamar needs one. There's guys.
Josh needs one.
Yeah.
Matt. Pat and Matt have already had him.
Those dudes need one. They're already kind of Hall of Famers, but
Hurts don't have one.
no.
He's been there, but he don't have
But
one.
he's also not Hall of Famer already.
Yeah, no. Lamar needs one. Josh needs one. Goff for sure needs one. He's
Yeah.
probably not even going to get any MVP votes this year.
And he might never get an MVP vote. He's just not that type
He's
of
not a
guy.
mobile quarterback at all.
Yeah.
He's a pocket passer for sure. He's one of the last hurrahs. But yeah, that would be a crazy scenario. NFC divisional.
Never
game.
thought of that. That would be wild.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rams are. What do I tell you?
I mean, no one thought they
It's-
were going to come out and do the Vikings like that.
Here's the thing. If you have a guy, especially your captain, right, that's already been and done it all, he's able to sit in that locker room and just tell all these fucking guys how it goes the whole way up through. He's like, and then we get to the Super Bowl, and then on Monday it happens like this. He breaks it all fucking down how it's all bullshit. And
And
he's
if
like,
you
don't-
win it,
yeah.
this is what happens when you win it. Get at you.
And that's how Corey Seager was when he came into the Rangers. And he just got them to the playoffs. And then he was able, I guarantee he was the only he was the only one on that team that had won a World Series and was the World Series MVP.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the whole top of the stage. All the lights and cameras on him. He already been through it all. So you worry about that. You worry about man, I need to have this catch. I need to have 2 home runs. This dude did it. He was already the World Series MVP.
I was thinking about that too. It's if you think of every time a kicker is missed, it's always in a clutch situation. It's never when it's just second quarter, need to bang this 37-yarder, doesn't really matter if you miss it. They're banging that.
Yeah.
But if it's a 37-yarder, that guy doinked it in the Commanders game to win that game. And it was a chip shot. And it was those clutch kick, you can tell. That's why Tucker's so good, because it never rattled him. No matter what point in the game it was, Boswell. No matter what point in the game it was, it never rattled him. He gonna miss a kick in the second quarter, he'll miss it in the fourth. It doesn't matter to him. But he's gonna if he's gonna make it in the second, he's gonna make it in the fourth. And I was just talking to you were saying about Corey Seager, not to go on a baseball tangent here, but off mic, full count. I burped off mic. It was a full count, so you ain't even hear it.
No, I was processing it.
I was talking to my fiance's best friend's dad. He's a huge Pirates fan. Like, every time I go over to her parents' house, we talk Pirates from
McCutcheon and
Dog, I'm talking
Skeens or...
Liriano. We're talking, like, dude, Jay Hay. We're talking like.
Oh, who was the pitcher? Or, no, the catcher?
For Cervelli, Russell Martin.
To win the moon.
Yeah, dude, we talk. I mean, I love. I was telling him.
Like a big pizza pie that's a berry.
He was asking about our podcast, so I was telling him about our podcast, and we were talking. I was like, you and I could start a Pittsburgh sports podcast. I was like, we could talk Pirates baseball all day. But he was telling me about. Do you remember when Josh Harrison got in that rundown and dog, all over the place. He was bringing that up, and I was like, that's one thing the Pirates don't have anymore. I was like, that right there, that heart, that determination to win for your team
alive
was the reason the Pirates went to the playoffs, because they were playing for each other. I was like, that's something they don't have anymore. So I just had to go off on a tangent there.
But it's right.
But if anybody's going to rebuild the Pirates organization, if there's anybody out there who can rebuild my stack in Vegas, rebuild the Pirates organization, it's going to be Ed Yingling. And you're going to want to call him at 814-225-8357. That's Ed at 814-225-8357.
And I was about to talk about Mel. Mel owns his own meat shop. Not like that type of meat shop. I mean, Mel slings meat, but...
Not the pausable meat.
If you want meat, good quality meat...
Melts in your mouth meat.
Call...
Meat with a grand view.
Call 814-943-MEAT. Or 814-943-6328.
And before we get started on the next topic, I just wanted to say, your hair looks great.
I mean...
Did you get a cut today?
I did. I went one place. The only place...
Would you go anywhere else?
I don't know where else to go.
Is there any hair else to go?
There's no hair else to go.
Love is in the hair where you went. No, you don't want to do them like that.
There.
Don't do that. You got the fucking headband marking. But if you need to get that taken care of, text Ariel, no rod shots at 814-470-1184.
No rod shots.
Ariel at 814-470-1184.
Love is in there.
Talking about. Yeah, so NFL pick this week. We're going Detroit Lions -9.5.
They're gonna dog walk them.
I don't know what their record is against the Steelers Ravens in the last 12 years. I don't know. I don't know the Lions Steelers Ravens 10-2. I don't know.
I just remember saying that you
said that's a Pirate stat. It doesn't matter.
Because next year they'll say the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's just they're 10-3 against this team. That's still a lot. Like, that's still a crazy number.
Crazy number. But those last three could have been the last 3 years. So you're playing football now, right now.
Yeah.
Those last stats don't matter at all, unless it was this season, and you're putting the same fucking same 11 versus the same 11 out there, the same 20, all 22 on the field. Then the stats matter. But if you're not putting the same fucking players on the field, the same season, doesn't matter as much.
Even going back into Week 18, I heard that there was like so many people worried about betting because they hear teams are sitting guys. Well, you can't physically like sit every single starter. Like out of all position out there, you can't put a B team in there without first stringers being in there.
Facts.
So
you'd have to have the whole defense in if you have B team offense.
Yeah, dude, people have to play.
It's a 54-man roster. Like, you got a kicker, you got a punter, like, you have special teams, so you don't have backups for every single one of them.
Yeah. So you're still going to have your first team out there. The first team that got them to first team.
A lot of people are saying Week 18 we didn't touch on much either, but a lot of people are saying that the Chiefs might have fucking got routed by the Broncos just so they didn't have to play the Bengals in the playoffs because the Bengals were looking hot.
That's fine. They can do that, and that's why we avoided that.
Yep.
We avoided that disaster. That's what I would call a train wreck.
TRAIN wreck edge. Hit him with the outro. Hit him with the mento.
Oh, shit. Rand's going to be pissed at us.
I know we got to be creeping up.
Did we just talk?
What is it, an hour 53?
No, it's close. Not the aces.
Pocket aces. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Gorilla Rhino Radio. We're uploading videos every week. We got some behind-the-scenes videos coming out. Tyson's doing some editing. So make sure you're tuning in at Gorilla Rhino Radio if you want to see our beautiful
The 10
faces.
miler
Yep.
going up should be tonight or tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow, because we'll have to process this one tonight. So you'll have to process the other one tomorrow.
The 10 mile episode coming, the 10 mile benchmark for the marathon. I'm actually, I'm signed up now. Told you.
Yep.
And you got to get signed up because, you can't just wait. Just got to make sure. Dude, it's set in now. This week, from now when you see me, next week I'm going to look totally different.
You hear that?
Promise that.
Promises that.
Dude, it hit me. Like, damn, now it's for real. It's for real, for real. Like, oh, and did I tell you my mom wants to go?
No, goddamn, what are we taking, a school bus over?
Yeah, so it was already going to be me, our dads, Jeremy. Now my mom wants to go. Chrissy, Ed, 814-225-8357, Ed. They're all going. I'm sure your mom's just going to go now. So we're going to have a whole... We're already looking into hotels.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
That'd be
Dude,
crazy.
It's going to be a whole weekend. But we have to just lay low, chill.
Yeah, we're the stars of the weekend.
Yeah.
Get your cameras out.
But you can catch me at tsteel_100 on Instagram, lockerroomtalk_1 on Instagram. I'm going to start working on that. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because really, you didn't hit nothing. You didn't even hit a period. Like, I guess maybe just nobody wanted a rice cooker.
Could be.
There's a chance.
If you do want a rice cooker, make sure you're hitting us at Gorilla Rhino Radio, or even comment on the Spotify.
Hit a like
Found
button
Locker
or
Room.
something.
You can find me on all social medias at BMH1120. All business inquiries at lockerroomtalkbusiness@gmail.com. I am also one half of the Instagram for Locker Room Talk, lockerroomtalk_1. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube channel. You guys are showing hella love out there. Our numbers are going crazy now that we're on YouTube too.
Word.
Yeah. So, just happy to have everybody tuning in. If you're staying on this late, we're happy to have you. That's Brandon. I'm Tyson. That's Tyson. I'm Brandon. We fucking love you.
Because you're rocking the Scully.
You just can't contain us doing that.
That'd be wrong to just give him an hour. Love y'all.